As you know from last week, I'm very fond of lists. So let's make a list of all the things beyond our waistlines that we'd like to see change. The wars, the poverty, the challenges between those who seem to share no common ground. For me, I want to see people talk, discuss, and debate everything, but in a respectful manner to the people with whom they disagree. Let calm tones and listening to what the other has to say prevail. I want conversations to take place in person wherever possible. Let's ban canceling and anonymous criticism of others or their ideas online. Anonymity is for cowards. If you have something to say, you need to be confident enough in your position to stand by it, openly and publicly. Number one on my worry list is that we're isolating ourselves in cones that only admit those who think the same way that we do. We are creating ghettos instead of dismantling them. We need to share values and not by condemning those of others. So do add your pet peeves and favorite causes to the list. Then we need to figure out what is stopping us from changing things. What's keeping us silent? Who benefits from mob protests with obnoxious marchers who out-screech the opposition, cause traffic mayhem, and attract TV cameras? Is it fear? Fear of being shouted down, ostracized, blacklisted, losing a job, or scholarship, respect, or friends? The reality is that the greatest enemy of living a complete life is fear. Fear is the enemy that each of us must overcome if life is to be truly meaningful. Fear is seen at the starting point of almost everything. Remember the fear on the face of a baby taking their first step as dad removes his fingers from their little trusting fists? Or the fear of the first day at school? Or awaiting the test results from your doctor? Or sitting beside your child as they shift the gear into drive for the first time? But without taking the first step, one would never walk or run or play hockey. Without walking through the classroom door, ignorance is the only alternative. Without the tests and their results, one's life would be dominated by the fear of symptoms and treatment would never come. Or the child could never drive and would be dependent on taxi mom forever after. Fear eats away at one's confidence and self-respect and only grows larger and more menacing when it's not confronted. And for far too long, good people who want to do good have been silenced by the fear of offending others or not being politically correct or accused of insensitivity to things to which they could not relate. We do need to start with an awareness of our own biases before we confront those of others. But once having acknowledged them, we must take a stand for what we believe is right, or will solve problems, or create amity. We have to talk to others about those things that we don't understand, and we have to make sure our concerns are heard as well. We've got to get away from the new reality in which people's voices unite to drown out others. We have got to stop talking only to those who will agree with us, and we have to speak up, respectfully but firmly, to ensure that all perspectives are heard. We don't have to agree, but we do have to hear, to discuss and understand, and then, on some issues, to agree to disagree. Uncomfortable conversations are the great enlighteners, lighting the way to understanding and mutual respect and so much more. There are some things which we cannot tolerate, and neither should anyone else, and that is why we have laws and rights, things we must protect if we are to live in a civilized, just, and successful society. But we need to drag up our courage and stand firm against bullies and bigots, particularly those who seek to label others rather than talk to them, those who want to out-yell others rather than to reason with them. We need to protect the victim from the aggressor. We need to defend our faith and the right of others to hold firm to theirs. As long as we do not allow discrimination, based on one's faith or beliefs to harm others. We need to get to know people, not merely the ones who share our ideas, backgrounds, and lifestyles. We need to talk to the stranger on the bus, or the Uber driver, or the bank clerk. We need to smile and welcome conversations and pleasantries between all whose paths we cross. We need to search out both those who agree and those who disagree with our ideas or positions. Have the camps become so fearful that they might be wrong, that they refuse to hear anything but their own rightness or leftness, as the case may be? When we overcome that, we will be prepared to fight the good fight, the fight to which each and every one of us is called, to sacrifice the ignorance of silence and let in the light of grace, kindness, love, and understanding. So my prayer this week: Holy Trinity, let me seek knowledge, not merely winning an argument. Let me share ideas and dreams and passions with others, and let me hear theirs. Let me debate with courtesy and an open mind all the great issues of our day. O God, bring civility and openness to me and all throughout this wondrous but troubled world. So may it be. Amen.